Hello everyone, I'm Manga Adventures, and just from clicking on this video, I know you have what it takes to become a Pokemon champ. I'm no trainer, but I can give you the information that'll put you a step above the rest. Today we'll be going over Generation 1 in Pokemon Adventures. This manga debuted in Japan on March 3rd, 1997, known over there as Pokemon Special. It was written by Hidenori Kusaka and drawn by Mato. The manga wouldn't come over to America until 1999. It tells the story of 11-year-old Red as he travels across Kanto. His design is exactly like the game character of the same name, except he wears his cap backwards instead of forward in typical shonen fashion. Meanwhile, Ash Ketchum in the anime, whose design is also from Game Red, has a similar appearance but a completely different color scheme. It looks like he got his red outfit from a bargain sale. His jacket is blue instead of red, and he wears green gloves and a completely different hat. These three versions of the character all share the same goal of becoming a Pokemon master, but today we're focused on Adventures Red, whose story may seem episodic at first, but every chapter sprinkles in just a little bit of plot until everything boils over. What may seem insignificant at first helps paint the bigger picture in the end, and I just love that in the story. But you can't have a good story without good characters, and nothing drives your protagonist more than their rival. Blue, known as Green in Japan, is the rival of Red and is based on his game counterpart. The reason his name is different between countries is that in Japan, Pokemon Red and Blue came out at the same time, with Pokemon Blue being the third installation. But in America, Pokemon Blue came alongside Pokemon Red, and Green was just never released altogether. Blue, like his other media counterparts, has a Pokédex and is the grandson of Professor Oak. The critical difference between Adventures Blue and the rest of the Blues is that he's a cold and calculating trainer instead of a loud and overconfident one that says smell you later. You see him battle multiple times throughout the story against strong opponents and proving his worth time and again. He also has an excellent rivalry between Red. The two learn from each other and grow not just as trainers but as people. In the anime, Ash's rivals are the only one who gain something from the rivalry, learning to take care and love your Pokemon, with Ash himself only growing as a trainer and not as a person. It's actually Blue's strength that motivates Red to get the Pokédex in the first place and help Professor Oak with completing it. The Pokédex in this continuity is different as well. Unlike in the anime, not everyone gets one. There are only 3 in each region, and only trainers chosen by that professor can use them. It's a powerful tool because it already has all the information of the Pokemon inside, so you can easily read up on your opponent and counter accordingly. It makes battles much more fun in my eyes because you aren't just learning a new move to beat your opponent, you're countering their characteristics and using your surroundings to claim victory. Once Red proves his skill and gets the Pokédex, he's also given a starter Pokemon. But fun fact is that the characters usually already have a partner Pokemon at the beginning of their stories, which makes a lot of sense because in the games, trainers much younger than our characters are already battling. With his journey officially starting, he soon meets our third main character along the way, a young girl named Green, Blue in the Japanese. She has the third Pokédex and the final starter. She is an exclusive manga character in the sense that at the time of her creation, she didn't have a game or anime counterpart. Her design is from a female on the cover of a strategy guide. Thankfully, she just recently got her game debut in Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu. Her personality is that of a con man. She's not afraid to use anything at her disposal to get her way, and as the story goes on, you begin to love her conniving personality. The relationship between Red and Green is a funny one. She's always tricking the gullible Red into one of her money-making schemes, but no matter how many times she screws him over, he'll still come to help if she asks. Now that I'm done with our main cast, let's talk about a few other characters, starting with the gym leaders. They each have different fleshed out personalities that grow with the story, unlike their one-note media counterparts who are only there to drop badges and one-liners. This is fun to see, and the way they interact with the central trio is just icing on the cake. The last group of characters I'll talk about for part 1 is Team Rocket, who are an actual threat. It isn't just Jesse and James with the robot of the week. No, it's Pokemon versus Pokemon, and because they're such a large organization with a variety of tools at their disposal, it's a hard battle. They experiment on Pokemon, so though you may think you know your opponent, but you'll also have to figure out how they've modified them. Pokemon battles against them are severe because nothing is stopping Team Rocket from attacking the trainer after or even during the battle. Well, that's everything for part 1. Now let's get into part 2. And no, I'm not talking about Johto. we're still in Kanto, but 2 years after Red's initial journey. Yes, time actually moves forward in the manga, so you can grow older with your favorite heroes instead of them being forever 10 and their skills / Pikachus resetting with each gen. Our new hero is 11-year-old Yellow, another exclusive manga character, but unlike Green, he was completely original design. Yellow is a much kinder trainer than Red, not wanting Pokemon to get hurt at all, and this shows in his battle style. But can he survive in this world with that kind of mindset? Even so, I like looking at Kanto through these kinder sets of eyes. It seems like a different region. Yellow is exploring and helping in a way Red would have never. You also get to see the return of the Kanto gym leaders who developed 2 years ago continue their stories. But now you have the Elite Four and their unique personalities as backstories in the mix. The best way to describe this part of the story is mystery. You're trying to figure out what's happening and what led Yellow to starting his journey. Well, that's the end of my Gen 1 Pokemon Adventures review. The main point of Generation 1, in my eyes, was to put you, us, in the world of Pokemon, the way the games could never. And for that reason, is a good starting point in the series, not just because it's first in line. If I had to rate this generation, it would be a solid 8 out of 10, a Typhlosion level of enjoyment. And if you enjoyed this video, stick around for my review of Generation 2, starting Gold, Silver, and Crystal.